Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jason with Jadwin Aquatics. Thanks, guys, for joining me again. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel already, be sure and click that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you can see when I have new videos coming out. So first of all, guys, before we get started, I would love to know your opinion. I'm working on a new way of filming these videos, so down below if you guys would take just a few seconds and tell me what you like. Do you like it the way that I used to do it? Do you like this way better? If you guys got any ideas of any type of improvements, please let me know. I'm always trying to step it up, try to make things just a little bit better than they were before. So today we got in some new catfish. We got in some Matea Cories. So I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a bunch of cool information about these guys so you can know a little bit more about them, about their care and their feeding and breeding and everything else that goes along with that. So as you guys can see here, we got a bunch of cool new Matea Cories in. These guys look absolutely beautiful. I think I picked up about 10 or 12 of them if I remember right. These guys are found in the Matea River in Colombia. That's where they get their name from, but they're also known as the masked Cory, or they're also known as the bandit Cory, or sometimes they're known as the Matea catfish. Now these guys typically get about 2 inches long, which is pretty common for most of the Cory catfish that you see. One of the main ways to tell the difference is once they kind of reach a mature age, which can be around a couple of years old, the females tend to be quite a bit bigger than the males. They also seem to be a lot wider and a lot rounder. Now in the wild, the pH these guys come in is about a 6.5 to a 7.5, and their water temperature is anywhere from about 68 to 75 degrees. But remember, whenever you bring these guys in, remember these guys will adapt to just about any community aquarium. So if you're keeping it at around 78 degrees and whatever your normal water source is, just don't get caught up in chasing pH or trying to get the temperature just right. Like most Cories, these guys will eat just about any type of prepared food, whether it's some of the catfish bottom feeders or some of the wafers, or they'll also, whenever you put in just regular flake food, that flake food that falls to the bottom, they'll also feed off of that. But just remember, you need to feed these guys just like you do any other fish. They're not just scavengers. They need a specific food for their diet. Yes, they will scavenge, but they also need specific food for them to stay healthy. Now, whenever you buy these guys, I would highly suggest that you buy them in minimums of 6. These guys love to school together. They love to exist in a community. Many people who've only kept 1 or 2 Cories together, they'll just slowly just pine away and begin to die. They love to be in a community together. So I really suggest 6. The more that you have, the more active they are, the more happy they seem to be all swimming together. Now, minimum tank size you want to keep these guys in is a 10-gallon tank. It's really great to keep them in a planted tank. They love the plants. They love to have places to hide. You need to have some type of caves or crevices that whenever they get nervous, they have a place to get away so that they feel secure. But also the plants work really, really well because it creates a place for them to be able to lay their eggs on whenever they decide to spawn. As with most Cories, these females will produce around 30 eggs, and they'll take these eggs and they'll hold them between their pelvic fins, and they will wait for the male to come by and fertilize them. And then they'll take those eggs and they'll begin to attach them. A lot of times you'll see them attached to the glass. They have a very sticky substance on them. It's usually with the egg, it's only sticky on one side. So they'll stick them on the glass, or they'll also stick them on plants. They'll stick them on decorations in the tank. And if you have a spawning mop in there, they'll also use your spawning mops. Now, a really great way to get these guys to breed is they love a temperature change. So out in the wild, whenever the cold season, rainy season comes, that's typically when they breed. So what you can do is do about a 50% water change and put in colder water. Now, I don't mean freezing cold. I mean water that's maybe 5, 6, 7 degrees colder than the water that you currently have. And a lot of times that'll trigger them. And at that same time, begin to feed them bloodworms or some type of other live insect larvae. So it usually takes 1.5 to 2 years for most Cories to be at the maturity level to be able to spawn. So if you do this and you're not seeing them spawning, then you either A, don't have males and females, or these guys are just not old enough to spawn yet. After these eggs are laid, you really need to either remove the parents or you need to remove the eggs, because once these eggs are laid, the Cories have nothing left to do with the eggs or the fry. They have no parenting skills whatsoever. Now, like I said before, on the eggs, they're sticky on one side, so what you can do is you can take your finger and rub it across the egg and get it to roll. And if you get it to roll halfway, it'll stick on your finger, and then you can take that egg out, and then you can put it into something else, into another tank or a breeder box, and then you can roll that egg softly onto the side for about half a spin, and then it'll get the sticky side on there, and then it'll release from your finger. And then usually within about 3 to 5 days, these guys will hatch. One of the cool things about this Cory and many of the other Corys is they have this adaptation that allows them to breathe air. So a lot of times you'll see your Cory shoot to the top of the water. Well, that's them taking a gulp of air. Now, if you see this happening a lot, you can pretty much guarantee that you've got low oxygen levels in your tank, and it's something that you really need to do something about. So the Mate Cory is another fantastic Cory for you to own. They're just as enjoyable as all the other Corys. Thanks again, guys, for stopping by. I love each and every one of you. Appreciate each and every one of you. Again, don't forget to leave your comment down below if you want to comment on these Corys or you have a question, or if you guys would like to tell me a little bit about this filming style, if you enjoyed it or if you hate it or something you want me to change. I'd love for you to comment on it. So thanks again, guys, and God bless.